Hello everybody, it is Brett. I am back with the 10 Tips in 10 Days Challenge. Today's challenge is still on presenting, and it's on a topic that I really love, which is, the topic is passion transfer. And it's something that I love to speak on because it's something that oftentimes we forget to do during our presentations. Exactly. All right everybody, so here's the deal, right? It's day 9. We've talked about a lot of things. It's been a really fun challenge, so thank you to everyone who's kicked it off and going with it. And I'm loving the feedback I'm getting from people out there, and honestly stuff back, right? Like I'm getting tons of feedback back about not just what I'm talking about, but what other people do, which helps me in my everyday job at Revive and Living Spaces, which is phenomenal. So thank you for that. So moving on with this topic. So tip number 9 is really important, which is when we're presenting, oftentimes we're presenting about topics that frankly we may not care about, right? So it might be something that you have to do because your boss told you to do it, or it's something that's not an exciting part of your job and you got to go in and present some content that you're not excited about, right? And so what happens is you get up in front of people, and that feeling, that internal drive that you have about this topic or this content, guess what? It comes across to your presentation. And so what you have to do is you have to dig deep and figure out, okay, what is it in my life, right? What do I have going for me that is creating my momentum, my drive to be successful in what I'm doing? You have to harness that passion, right? And I call it passion transfer because you have to take passion you have for something else and transfer it into what you're talking about, right? And so let's say you're presenting this HR content, sorry not to diss on HR or whatever, I'm just saying, let's say it's content that you're not familiar with or you're not excited about. At the end of the day, no matter what, people have come to see you present, right? And you're there for that hour regardless, they're there for that hour regardless, and it should be up to you as a presenter, as someone who's trying to get better, to say, you know what, I'm gonna make this the best hour I can, even though I'm not excited about this content. But how do you do it, right? How do you drum it up? At the end of the day, it's actually, for me, it's very simple. I tend to think about what are the things I'm passionate about in life, right? Number 1, above anything else, my 2 kids. Right, so they are my pride and joy. It's why I grind so hard. It's why I work so hard, right? I want to create a better life for them than I had. And at the end of the day, when I'm going into something that I might not be excited about, I use that passion, right? That love, that motivation to say, you know what? I'm going to go in there and feel that emotion and feel that passion and fuel it to what I'm talking about, right? Or let's say you're competitive like myself. I'm competitive. I want to win. I use that, right? If I have to present something that I'm not excited about, I'm gonna go and say, you know what? I may not be excited about this, but they're never gonna know it. It's like a contest, an internal contest to say, I'm gonna go in there and be so passionate about people and be like, oh my gosh, you must really love HR topics, right? And I don't. But at the end of the day, they should never know that. The number 1 comment you should get about anything you're presenting about, anything you're selling, anything you are having a meeting about, people should after the meeting go, wow, I wish I was as excited about that as you are. I wish I was as passionate about it as you are. Even if you're not. Because at the end of the day, they should never know that in your presentation if you've really got value and a real belief in your content, right? And so just always remember that when you present, is that it doesn't have to be the most exciting topic, but you can feel that way if you just link that to other feelings you have that give you that kind of passion.